Oh. Well done. Yeah, the simplification is just get rid of the jump button. Okay, it's interesting. Credits. Okay. Begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company
Hey,
in a big
look,
building
there's some new
where
shit going
he
on.
was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending,
Oh, I didn't mean to skip it.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Oh. Oh, well, that's a dick move. Eh.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yes.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Do you have more comments, or let's just stay here for a quick moment? No?
Truly, being
No.
here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Yeah. We can stay here for as long as we want.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
Fair enough. But if the bucket feels at home here, I feel like I'm obligated to put him down somewhere. And
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge.
yes.
Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
Okay. I think that was it.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
But what if I didn't? And let's go down the crazy route, eh?
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh. Hello? Hello,
You
honey.
see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around.
What's the problem with the bucket?
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because
you
that's
led to a
what
stray
fans want
area.
from a sequel. They
You
want more
never
of their
loved me.
favorite jokes, not this
I also
bucket
burned you alive.
that
I don't
they've
know why
never
you're
seen
here.
Before. Yes, I know I'm the one
I'm
who
sorry,
gave you the
Broom
bucket,
Closet.
but you're spending too much time with it. Don't
Computer,
you want
come
another
on.
story
Don't do
involving
this
the
to me.
Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
I love this music.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes,
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Give up the bucket. Is what you're implying? Never.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I don't wanna.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it for the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and
Don't even give it the bucket. God?
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I think I was supposed to go to this ending later. This ending was a bit rushed.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Don't look at me like that. Just have a new friend, okay? At least the narrator doesn't shit on him. I'm sorry. I'll come back. You're right.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Stanley, don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
It's my bucket.
I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now. But you have to be strong.
No one can have it.
This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them.
I had every moment to love you.
Share your journal entries.
I never cheer on you. You've always been my favorite ending.
For the bucket, as they have changed.
I would have gladly brought you back to sanity and reality. You dare call this bucket nothing. He's only a friend. I guess he's my lover now.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Yes.
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion.
You could have been my broom closet.
With all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
I love my broom closet. I love you, but you can't do this to me. It is mine.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Yes, it is a bucket and it's mine. And he will treat me way better than you ever did, broom closet.
I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
You have done me, you should apologize to the bucket. He was a good friend. I could never be mad at you. Oh, okay, so there's no more comments. Oh, fuck you too.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, hello.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
All right. Because the boss knows that's what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. Can I go into the elevator? Does the music change or is it exactly the same? probably just gonna be the same. Alright, so I don't want to go to the ending just yet. So
Stepping in.
alright. Let's go back down. I think the light's dimmed in here. Oh, see? It was. Interestingly enough. The coffee spilled everywhere. Jesus. Let's see here. Maybe I could escape with the bucket. Bucket is my narrator sometimes. The escape room. Bro. Oh, you escape. Don't cry. Be free. Away from the narrator's sufferable punishment. We'll see each other again someday. I promise to be free with you. I think this is another ending I should have waited till the end to do. Goodbye. Interesting. Okay, cool.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Wonder if I brought
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, the bucket's gone. Interesting. Oh, that's no longer here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You wish, bitch. This is ENTG signing out of the Stanley Parable. Hope you enjoyed.